All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another one. So, in today's one, we're going to talk about psychology, which is a topic I'm very interested in, and it helps a lot when it comes to running my marketing agency, aka I'm a copywriter. So, knowing one or two things about psychology really comes in handy. I'm going to talk about one of the most important things in psychology, which is something called the three dark triads. So these are things that every human has, and I want people to understand that when it comes to psychology, it's not binary, it's linear. It's not, oh, you have this trait or you don't have this trait, is how much do you have, how much of this trait do you have of it. So the three dark triads are, the first one is narcissism, the second one is psychopathy, and the third one is Machiavellianism. So Machiavellianism is people who are willing to do whatever they want to, willing to do anything to get what they want. Now, we'll get into all of them. First and foremost, narcissism. Like I said, it's not binary, like you have narcissism or you don't have narcissism. It's linear. So everybody's narcissistic to a point, to an extent. And some people have it more, some people have it less. You understand my point? That's what I mean, as in it's linear and it's not non-binary. Narcissism, how can it help you? To get people to do what you want them to do, you gotta answer what question is what's in it for them. Now, don't use this as for evil and all that. Like, I'm not doing this to help you use it for evil. I'm doing this to help you use it for good. And if your product is to help people, you gotta cultivate it in a way whereby it accommodates these three psychological factors. So, like I said, narcissism. Everybody in this world, no matter what, is always looking for what's in it for me. So if you're selling an info product and it's in the, what's something difficult? Dog training. You can say, hey, what's in it for me? And the simple answer is an obedient dog, a less aggressive dog, or to look popular in front of your friends, because that's also one thing, the status bias. People love status. And if you think you don't love status, if you have social media, any kind, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you do love status because you want to be seen. Like, that's a fact. So yeah, it's just a matter of how much do you want to be seen. But anyway, people are always looking for that what's in it for me. So if you can cultivate your message, let's just say you're writing copy for an ad or email or sales letter or whatever the case is on the landing page, never write the features, always write the benefits. Most people have heard this before. Now I'm just breaking it down to why that's important. It's to accommodate the narcissistic behavior, because everybody is narcissistic. Just to what extent are they narcissistic? People on Forbes have more narcissism. Like, everybody who's on Forbes wants to be seen. It's like, hey, look at me. TikTok, the more followers, the more narcissistic. Instagram, etc. You get my point. And if you can cultivate your message to be like, hey, this is what's in it for you, you can answer that question. And obviously, you can answer that question by understanding your audience, by understanding who you're writing to, by doing enough proper, thorough research on multiple platforms and doing surveys if you have an audience, and you're doing the full circle to fully understand and answer the question, hey, this is what's in it for you. This is how it benefits you. You understand? And most people tend to forget it, especially business owners. A lot of business owners tend to, hey, this is what I did for this product. This is what I put in this product. This is what it's not, nobody cares about the features like, yo, your video is an hour long of training for whatever. Or this product comes from the Himalayan mountains. No, they want to know, oh, it comes from the Himalayan mountains. What does it do for me? Dark triad number 2, psychopathy. So believe it or not, there's a study that people who are in job positions such as, and I learned this from Ty Lopez. Credit to him for getting me started on my psychology journey. But what I learned from him is, if you're a police officer, a military, Navy SEAL, firefighter, you have more psychopathic tendencies than the average human being. Now, thank God you're using it for good, and we're grateful that you're helping people, putting people in prison, protecting people from harm. Because think about it, you gotta be a bit psychopathic to get into a burning building, man. You understand? You just gotta really be a bit screw loose, but we're grateful that we have people like you to help us save people. You understand? So here's how you cultivate your message for people who are more psychopath. You challenge them because they are low on anxiety. It's about, this sale is about to run out in 10 days. Get it now before stocks runs out, or time runs out, or Black Friday, whatever. That doesn't really, it works, but it doesn't really work as effectively for this certain type of audience. And you also gotta really understand that, hey, is your audience more narcissistic or psychopathic? And if they're psychopathic, they're also most likely to be high on the narcissistic end, because they want to be seen as a I'm a hero, etc. So when you cultivate your message for a psychopathic person, it's challenge them. Like, hey, you will not do this. I've given you everything, but you're gonna be a waste of whatever, and you won't do it. That's when they get angry and they get excited and they get motivated to be like, you know what, middle finger to you, I will do it. I will do it. Let me buy this right now and do it. Now, don't manipulate people. If you know it helps people, then cultivating your message in that way is actually good because you are helping people and you're just making sure they take the extra step. And it's most important to summarize it. They operate out of adventure and novelty, as in new. But they don't operate out of, oh, time is about to run out. So that's the summary. And the third dark triad is Machiavellian. With this one, it's two things. I'm going to give you two lessons. How to stay away from these people because they will fuck you off, and how to cultivate your message towards these people. So these people, they're narcissistic, but they're not narcissistic as in status driven, as in this or that. They're narcissistic to the point where they want to have it all and they're willing to do whatever they want to get it. Now, in some cases, in a lot of cases, let me not say some, that's bad. It's very bad because, well, what happens if they're brave enough to do something stupid to get what they want? It becomes a problem. And in some cases, it can work good. Like, I'm still playing around with the idea on how to trigger a Machiavellian a person who's motivated by Machiavellianism to take an action on buying a product. I will not give you a solidified, hey, this is how you do it, because I'm genuinely still playing, and I want to be honest. Here's how you identify a person who's filled with Machiavellianism and can cause you trouble. So you gotta look at a few things, and there's a book I'm reading whereby it goes in detail about this, about personality types and understanding what type of person a person is. And it comes really in handy, especially if you're in an environment whereby it's business, it's managing people, it's marketing, it's all that. So the name of the book is The H Factor of Personalities. And one of the things you should look at is honesty and humility. So honesty and humility, if they are low on this spectrum of honesty and humility, remember it's not non-binary, it's linear. If they're more on the lower end, and that means they are willing to bend the rules for personal gain, they're willing to flatter others and pretend to like them for whatever the case is, and they feel entitled to special treatment and privileges and status, they are low on the honesty and humility status. So that means they're most likely to be Machiavellian. If they're high on it, that means they're going to avoid manipulation from most people. Also, it will mean that they are fair in most cases, and wealth, luxury, and material position is not as important to them. Also, they don't consider themselves to be superior to others. So if they're on that side, they're high on the honesty and humility side. If they're on the lower end, then you know that, hey, this person isn't as honest or humility, doesn't have as much as humility as you would like them to. The other thing you should also look at is agreeableness. So this is to look at to find if a person is Machiavellian. And there's also multiple quizzes online. If you're a business owner, I would advise that you get everybody in your company to take this quiz, and then you can understand where their mindset is. I'll link it below so that you can find it, because I can't remember the name of the video. I can't remember the name of the quiz off the top of my head, but I'll definitely look for it and I'll link it below. You should take it. Your business partner should take it. Your wife, your husband, your little brother, your little sister, anybody who's close to you. Oh, obviously not your family. They don't really need to, but anybody who's close to you and plays an important role in building your empire, plays an important role in managing a lot of your assets, your businesses, your wealth, etc. So agreeableness. If they're low on agreeableness, they find it hard to forgive. They're critical about other people's shortcomings, meaning they don't want to point the finger to themselves. But if it's you, it's like, yo, you fucked up. You made this mistake. You should have been smarter. You should have, like, it's easy for them to point a finger to you, but not for them to point a finger back. And then another thing would be they're extremely stubborn in defending their point of view. Now, this is okay in my view. It's okay. The problem is if that view is extremely bad. Let's take Hitler for example. He was stubborn as hell. and you are stubborn in the wrong thing. But guess what? I'm also stubborn because I believe that the education system has failed us, and going online and starting an online business is the best way. So it just depends. Like Hitler, bad. My view, good. So your view, whatever it is, hopefully it's good, and be stubborn in it. Feels and is easily provoked. So they are easily when challenged, and the last one is when challenged, they're easily provoked. So when you meet a person with Machiavellianism, it's best to stay away from them, to be honest. I know this video started with the marketing side of things, but also this is something that I feel like it's important. It's best to stay away from a person with high Machiavellianism, or they have tendencies of showing like, yo, nah, nah. They're willing to lie. They're not honest about their problems. When they make a mistake, they try to sweep it under the rug, or they blame somebody else, which is even worse. So yeah, those are the three dark triads. When it comes to your marketing side, use them with caution. Please do that. And that's all I'm gonna say about this. If you want more psychological videos, and as I'm learning, I'm gonna share them. But if you want more and you enjoy these kind of videos, hit the like button, subscribe, and just comment like, hey, can you give more psychology on copywriting? Can you give more psychology on videos? Can you give more on women? And yeah, and I'll give the viewers what they want. So I'll see you on the next one. See you at the top. Cheers.